Good afternoon. This is August 2025. Your host, Sherlia Speaks. We're going to recap a little bit of the information that we went over last week, and the session for last week was called Common Sense. So what I decided to do this time, I looked up the word common sense in the dictionary to make sure maybe some of you may not have heard the word before, or you may not even know what it means. So this is what the dictionary came up with. It says, common sense, a sound of judgment in practical matters. For those of you that didn't understand. So this afternoon, we are going to talk about 5 other things that's going to go up underneath the word of common sense. Once again, these are just my pet peeves. It may not be yours. These are things of my interest. It may not be yours. These are things that I have observed in other people. And this is just something that I thought that I could bring to the table for improvement. You can either take it or leave it, but I'm hoping it's just a tip that can help you to minimize your time so you can do things a little faster, or just give you a different way of looking at stuff from a different perspective. So, time-saving tips for cooking. This is good for anybody but young mothers, college students, people that are in a hurry. You are wanting to eat better. You're not really wanting to eat a lot of fast foods. But of course, when you cook your own food, your hands are clean, your kitchen is clean, your utensils are clean, even though now when you go and you look at these different restaurants and hamburger places, they're not washing their hands, they're touching everything. Some of them still don't have any type of nets or anything on their head. So it's making it a little uncomfortable to go out as much because we really don't know how clean this stuff is. Once again, that's just my personal opinion. But for those that want to have a nice cooked meal when you come home and you don't have to just walk right in the door and start cooking right away, that you're already tired, so you need to be able to have a break in between where you can sit down and relax at least 35 or 40 minutes before you have to go in the kitchen. One of the ways that you can solve that particular problem, this is my suggestion, get 3 crock pots and 1 rice cooker. In your crock pots, before you go to work, you're going to season it with all of the seasonings that you like for your food to taste. 1 is going to be for your meat, 1 is for your vegetables, and then 1 is going to be for the beans. So when you season all of those, there's 2 different temperatures that's on the crock pot, which is either going to be high or low. I make a suggestion that you put everything on low. You put the top on it. You walk away, even though you may leave at 7:30 in the morning. Believe me, by the time you get home at 5 or 5:30, you're already tired. You had to beat your way through the traffic, and cooking is something that you really don't want to do. But when you walk into your home, guess what? You're going to have the most outstanding aroma that's going to hit you in your face. So the only thing that you have to do at that point, if you choose to, you just go and wash your hands. You can start preparing your dinner for your family or for yourself. The only other thing that you would have to do that would speed your time up is if you like to have some type of bread, so you can cook that within yourself. So when you have cooked all of those things for the length of time that you were at your work, when you come home, you've already saved yourself 2 hours. That's 2 hours that you don't have to worry about. Those are 2 hours that you can take for yourself, and you can feel better with that. So that's one of the newer things that I wanted to add on with common sense. The second issue that I would like to bring up with your common sense would be manners. I'm here in California. I don't want to talk about everybody in California because that's not true, but I do see that there is on the rise of individuals that don't have any manners whatsoever. It's not going to hurt for people to say thank you, please, and excuse me, and I beg your pardon. If you have something to say that's really, really important, and there's already 2 and 3 people that's standing there, instead of just coming up and interrupting what they're saying, it's just etiquette. Everybody, you can either take it or leave it, is to say, excuse me, I beg your pardon, I need to talk to you for a moment if I can. And then you step back. And then you wait. Then you don't barge your way in. Like I said, those are things that we were taught. We called them common sense because we had a grandmother, we had aunts, and we had uncles. We had neighbors that those were things that they instilled in us, integrity and manners, because they felt it would take you a long, long ways. So that was the second issue that I wanted to bring to the table today in regards to common sense. Last but least, common sense again. This is my personal opinion. When you're driving home, you're already in a large amount of traffic. People are tired. They're trying to get home just like you are. Everybody don't want to stop. They don't want to let the next person in because they feel that it's going to slow their momentum. No, it's not going to slow your momentum. But what it is going to do is allow that person to come through. They're already paying attention. And most of the time when you let a person through, the first thing that they're going to do to let you know that they appreciate you letting them in, they're going to wave, they're going to give you some type of gesture. So I would like to challenge the people in California, hey, if you want to incorporate it, you can. But I just think we're living in a world now where we can have all the niceness, all the kindness, and the consideration that we can get one for another. So with that being said, those are the 3 different things that I brought to you today under the umbrella of common sense. I hope that these were some of the tips that can be helpful for you, especially with the crock pots. I'm telling you, you are going to love the fact that when you come home, your food is already done and the aroma will hit you in the door. So God bless. This is Sherlia Speaks, and I will be talking to you soon. Have a great day.